Hey, welcome to a brand new episode of Straight Up Show podcast. I am your host, Calvin. This is a brand new Music Monday. And y'all, even though our podcast is slowly coming to an end, hey, our love of music is still here. You know, I used to be a former DJ, radio DJ, working TV, but I always say, you know what, music is the best. You know, on Music Mondays, we got the best of the best. So these artists you have on here, these artists they work hard, they're authentic, man. And today's guest is kind of special. So we're going towards the end. So I had to have this person on here. His music is different, and we got a little bit of history. So today's Music Monday guest, and you know we love hip hop. So today's guest, somebody, a good friend of mine. Help me welcome Five. Five, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, man. Bless. How you feeling?
Feeling good, man. Hey, thank you so much for coming on the Straight Up Show podcast, Music Monday.
Without a doubt, you already know, man. It's like family.
Yes, sir. And you say family because me and you kind of go way back. Can you tell people how we know each other?
Me and Calvin, we go way back from high school. We all went to Seabird. Shout out them Yellow Jackets. We played on the same football team, man. We did all 4 years in the same high school, man. So like I say, this family, man. Pleasure to be on the show.
Yes, sir. And like Five said, man, just this is family because I really feel like Five, like people that went to our high school, man, I really feel like it's the creative performing arts of the South, I think. Because I feel like everybody that went to Bird, they are all talented, man. They're smart, talented. You know, we got famous country singers out there now. Jordan Davis. Remember Jordan Davis? He's a country singer, he's a quarterback. I don't know if you remember him or not. But real skinny dude. It's like he played maybe 2 years before us. But real skinny. Okay. Yeah, Jordan Davis. He was a quarterback.
Okay, now I'm gonna have to search him, but yeah, hey, that's what's up.
Yeah, so like now you doing your thing. So I was like, man, I had to have you on the show, man. You out there doing your thing. But man, former high school teammate, high school football teammate. Now you out there doing big things, Five, man. So hey, I'm happy to have you on the show right now. So let's get right into it, man. So tell the people about you, who you are and what you do in your genre of music. Like, tell us who you are.
Okay, my name Five, man. I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana. Currently, I'm in Boston, Massachusetts right now. Started music at a young age. I was always into music. I got a lot of music in my family. My great-grandfather, he was a fiddler. My grandfather, he was a gospel singer. And my fathers and my uncles, they were guitar players and singers as well. So music definitely running in my family, man. But I started, my style of genre of music would be hip-hop, rap, you know. But I really just started getting into it just like really seriously in high school, you know, with a couple of my fellow classmates. You know, I got a good friend named Marlo King who's doing this thing in Atlanta. Just it's a whole bunch of us, man. Yeah, like I'm in Boston right now, man, and it's really looking good, man. It's, you know, people very looking in very good at me right now, man. So it's just a blessing all together, bro. Just to even be doing music, man, and have people listening and getting the response that I'm getting right now.
Yeah, he sent me some music, and I think because you know it's kind of one of those things to where you kind of watch from afar. You don't really kind of like jump on the bandwagon, but man, like just hey, shout out to Marlo King. I've been looking for you. Been looking for you. But shout out to Marlo King, man. But you know, just to watch YouTube, y'all just grind. Like, and let me tell y'all something right now. Like, you know, back in high school, to see those brothers just one thing about Five, man, he was always doing the music. And first off, look, man, he had the best haircut always at high school. Let me tell you, Five was always the best dressed in our whole school. We had like what 2,500 kids in school, man. Like,
oh
man, like, oh no, man, your parents had you decked out, bro.
man, hey.
Let me tell you,
doing that, man. I wasn't doing that.
man, come on. You know you had the best dress, you had the best haircut. Like, my boy was always, to me, I felt like you was already a star in the making already, bro. Like you was already just like it just oozed charisma out of you. And like think about people that hit well, I know from you, you was always just cool and humble. Every time I talk to you, we play football together and everything like that. But man, y'all just man, to see y'all grinding right now, man, just to see you doing your thing, man, I love it. So mad respect for you. And now that I got my platform, man, I had to have you on here, man, because like I'm telling y'all think that his rap is just different for anybody I ever met. Same with Marlo King too, but like, Five is just, man, you hit hard, man. I'm not gonna lie, you go there, man. And because people send you like music all the time, and it's like, oh man, it's the same. And especially on this show, we look for artists who are stepping out of the norm and actually doing the thing. Like, you're not waiting for a big check. You're not waiting on this. You're going to do it no matter what. So they see you out there hustling, man. I'm going to go ahead and give you your flowers right now. You know what I mean? So mad props to see you go from, young man to like now grown man to fatherhood, and you incorporating it all in your music. And we're going to talk about that too. But, I've known you for a while. I know you changed your name a lot. So how did you tell us about like getting to Five?
All right, so a lot of people know me as as Tay or Young Tay. I started off as Young Tay, and then I went from Killer for a long time. And when I got to Boston, I was meeting with a lot of different people, and a lot of people had been in the music industry. And they were like, "Hey, bro, you gonna have to change your name. That ain't gonna fly." And I was like, "Man, I'm forever the, that's what they've been calling me for years." And they were just like, "Bro, it's not gonna fly." And then I was in a situation with this one guy who he actually wrote a lot of songs for like Neo and a lot of big R&B stars. And I didn't want to change my name, and I kind of missed that window with that. But I ended up going back to Shreveport, man, and I was because I came from I was in Boston at the time. I went back to Shreveport. When I came back to Boston, I was driving some car, but it had like a sticker in the window, and it had 500 in the window. And my homie, he was messing with me. And he's like, "Man, you should since they don't call you Killer, we should just call you 500." And he was doing it as a joke, and I was like, "All right, you know what? Let's do it." So I went to Boston. I just thought, everybody just gravitated to 500, and then I just went on and shortened it down to 5 to just keep it simpler. So that's why I get the name Five from. It was meant for a joke, but I kind of took it personal and put it on my back and roll with it.
Mm-hmm. And have so since you changed the name, you said that Five is like, to me, it's more marketable. I think it's kind of like just kind of like Chance with the 3 and all that stuff like that. Just
yep. Simple, short and sweet, man. I started figuring that out too. Simplicity is everything, man. And once you have that simplicity, it catch on quicker, man. So not to say that the being diverse don't catch on quicker, but sometimes simplicity is better. So I definitely went with the 5 on that one.
Yep, and then man, and you can change the name, but you can't change the game, man, because you've been woo, man. You sent me some stuff today and yesterday or last week. I was like, man, let me go back and wait a minute, what? And so man, we're gonna have a little bit more of a 5 on the other side of the break. Make sure you stay tuned to the Straight Up Show podcast of Music Monday.
Real talk. I'm distant from people cause a lot be fake. Even the ones that say they love you at times move like snakes. We used to eat at the same table, now you want my plate. Years ain't changed nothing, you done showed your face. What you mad about that broad? Or you mad about that car? When I used to buy the weed, you couldn't even buy the guard. I used to see it back then, overlooked all of the flaws. Ain't even much surprise, can't even be appalled. Saying that they down for me, but they never around, you see. Been battling a long time, depression and anxiety. The feeling of not fitting in, like in the Jets. Ain't got a Benz, ain't got a house, but got some rims, and they ain't never made sense. Nah.
Hey, welcome to a brand new episode of the Straight Up Show podcast. I am your host, Calvin.
And it provides a place for community members to come together and just be straight up with each other.
There's only one rule to our show. You gotta be All right, welcome back to the Straight Up Show podcast. I am your host, Calvin. Today is a Music Monday here on Straight Up Show podcast. And like I said, we're winding down to the end of our podcast journey. And, we love music. Y'all actually love Music Mondays because y'all love the artists that I should go into PR or define what's it called? I forgot what you call it. But like, I should go out and scout talent because,
A&R.
A&R, there you go, A&R, bad. I should be an A&R because, I think I have a good touch of picking artists because y'all really love the artists that we have on our show. And today's guest is no different. Even though he's a rapper, he's not your typical rapper. So today's guest is a good friend of mine all the way from high school, played football with him. Five, thank you so much for coming on the show today, sir.
Anytime, brother. You already know.
Yes, sir. And like I said, we got a lot of history. And, tell us, you started off saying you got into rap in high school, but what really made you? Because, even though we did high school, you weren't ever in the high school talent shows. So you didn't have that kind of push to keep doing it. What made you actually just keep doing the rap, even though you was young and not going and different stuff and like that?
I would definitely say my homeboys, man, my family, my neighborhood, especially my little inner circle. We the good fella boys. If you don't know, you know now. There's a bunch of us, man, from Pac-Man to Marlo King to Cash Money Hakeem to Justin Lamar, to I'm Chris. It's a bunch of us, man. See the Future, Truth Music. It's just we're basically like Wu-Tang Clan. But we fed off each other, man. And to be honest with you, they kept me going, man, because we was like competitors. We was in the same group, but we was always competing with each other to say, hey, who got the hardest line on this one? Who gonna come out with this one? How we can flip this. So we I would definitely say my inner circle and definitely what I seen on my day to day in my neighborhood inspired me to keep going.
So you doing music in high school, and then of course we all leave high school. That transition after high school, what was that like to trying to keep your music going? Because I know some of the guys some of the guys you mentioned. Shout out to Pac-Man, shout out to Jay Lamar. I know a lot of these guys, so they of course went their different routes, stuff like that. So you don't have that. So not you got the support, but you're not with them every day. What happened after high school, and what made your music to keep progressing? How were you able to keep it going after high school?
Just the environment I was in, man. I'm not going to sit here and say I was doing the best things, but I was, I survived. I like the new song I got called "The Hustle Way." It's about hustling, and I tell people, hustling ain't about selling drugs all the time, but some is how you survive through your life every day. So I believe what kept me going is just the hustle. From the neighborhood, seeing the people wash cars, get money, or you see the people cutting yards. You also got the D boys out there getting their money, or you have the barbers. So it was just seeing the hustle and just getting around certain people. In the neighborhood, we always used to have ciphers. We always be out there rapping. And people hear me and be like, ooh, you just hearing that, ooh, made you want to, okay, well, let me go back in the house and get my pen game a little sharper, you know what I'm saying? I have something other for them. I have something new for them when I have another cipher. So it was just definitely feeding off the people that I was around, man, and just, seeing that so many people, seen something in me, it made me want to keep going.
And you mentioned it about where we grew up at. You know what I mean? We come from different blocks and stuff like that. You come from one side of Shreveport, I come from the other side of Shreveport. But our school kind of bonded us together, whatever. But
yeah,
especially with the whole Tyrese thing, with the whole you can't find no talent in Shreveport, that really, I know, right? And so that really,
Tyrese, you tripping?
but hey, you know what? That kind of made me, mad, man, because we got a lot of talent in Shreveport, and there, and this is Shreveport politics, whatever. I don't really feel like there's some artists in Shreveport have gotten the recognition they should. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because they're I'm not going to drop names, but we know the commercialized people that are from Shreveport that moved to Dallas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, but it's
I put it like this: it's always gonna be some hidden gems everywhere, man. You know, and sometimes we may look over them gems, you know, but the pressure of those gems getting looked over turn them into diamonds, man. You know, so it is, and Tyreek's dead wrong for that, man, because we got a lot of talent in Shreveport, man. You know, sometimes we're not able to just optimize. I don't know if that's the right word. Optimize our talent or go through the right source to get us what we need to be. You know, sometimes we fall short, and get discouraged, man. But there's a lot of talent in Shreveport, man, from basketball to football, just not hip hop, from singing. It's all type of talent. The same talent they got in New York is in Shreveport. The same talent they got in California is in Shreveport, you know. And even when I'm out here in Boston, you know, I'm in a big city, but I'm still, you know, screaming Shreveport as well, man, because I want them to know, hey, you hear me, but it's other people down there too, man. You got to hear too. So it's
Yeah.
it's it's definitely talent in Shreveport, man. It's definitely a lot of and I'll say this, man. Shreveport progressing in a lot of different ways, man. So a lot of those hidden gems gonna get revealed in the, you know, if they just keep pushing and keep staying motivated, man. I think motivation is the main thing that people have to have with them, just to stay motivated, you know, because some people lose that motivation.
And I get into debates about people about this all the time. Like, hey, you know, you a sellout for leaving Shreveport, and
Yeah.
I get that. I don't know if you get it or not, but I get it all the time, man. And but like, I'm like,
Nah, I wouldn't say you the the object of the game, man, is to make sure that you're gonna try to, you know, be the best you can be. You want to be the best version of yourself. So if that means leaving where you from to be the better you got to do what you got to do. And at the end of the day, it don't really matter about what nobody else say, because at the end of the day, that's your life, and you got to live your life to the fullest. You can't live your life for nobody else, man. So if they want to call you a sellout, hey, I'm gonna be a sellout, but my pocket's gonna be fat and my people gonna be straight. So you say what you want to say. Then you know they ain't gonna put no what they say ain't gonna put no money in my pocket. They ain't gonna take no money out of my pocket, man. So regardless what they say, I'm gonna still be me, and I still know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So
with that being said, I said to ask you this.
mm-hmm.
Compared to where you were in Shreveport doing music, and now you're in Boston, like what has been the biggest change for you since you made that leap forward and took a risk of moving to Boston?
Well, I would say it's Shreveport, a smaller city, and in Boston, it's more outlets. You know, you can push your music in. And it's almost like getting a second start, you know, because you're in a new city, nobody don't know nothing about you. You basically can be whoever you want to be if you want to. And it's just like giving you that fresh start. And sometimes, I hate to say this, but sometimes the truth hurt, you know what I'm saying? But you don't have as many haters in a new city, you know, because they didn't grow up with you. They didn't, you know, they didn't have the chances, you know, because they might be mad at something that you achieved and they didn't achieve it, but they had the same set of cards you had. So when you go to a bigger city, they really don't know anything about you, so you have a better chance of you know making it. And not saying that you can't make it in a small city, so don't get it misconstrued, but you have bigger avenue, man, and you have bigger and better outlets, you know. Just
Yeah,
more resources in a bigger city. That's just facts, man. It's more resources in a bigger city.
and I feel you on that because even out here in Dallas, man, like even though I'm doing media and stuff like that, and doing journalism, like I don't feel like I'm competing against nobody. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because we all on one track. We all trying to get somewhere,
yeah,
and there's like no outside hate. But
yeah,
I can tell you this: I think me being in a different city, like Shreveport, always with me. I got my
yeah,
training in Shreveport. I know you like watch
yeah,
football. They said, "Well, I'm from like Shreveport University," like because
yeah,
like Shreveport taught me how to be, you know, to see the griminess, to see the toughness, stuff like that. And I got to the altercation out here and said, "Where you from?" I said, "Shreveport." Oh, my bad, my bad. Like
yeah,
it is like
yeah.
you know.
I keep it real with you, man. I'm gonna keep it real with you. When Jay-Z was wrong when he said that. He said if you make it here, you can make it anywhere. Now, if you can make it from Shreveport, you can make it anywhere, bro. Because we have we won up with a lot of things on in certain areas, man. 'Cause we really come from the bottom. We really from the bottom, so we know how to survive in certain situations. You know, we know how to to maintain. So, Shre- I, without a shadow of a doubt, Shreveport definitely made me and groomed me to be able to move the way I'm moving anywhere I go. Just from learning from a little kid to being a teenager, adolescent to a teenager to a grown man.
Yeah.
Shreveport definitely, made me and molded me. And if it wasn't because of that, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now, and I wouldn't be able to move like I move. So yeah, yeah, and that's the same thing when you come, like if you go to Boston, you be like, you from Louisiana, they automatically think you from New Orleans. They like, you from New Orleans? Oh, I know he crazy. So you don't really, it really don't be too much. It don't really be too much, too many problems, But it's all love. It's all love everywhere, man. But yeah, Shreveport definitely grooming, man, and and keep you on your toes. Shreveport definitely had an effect to keep you on your toes wherever you may go.
So you graduated from Shreveport University. You
Yeah,
go out there in the brand new world in Boston. You
yeah.
move around. You get your different names, stuff like that. You drop in your music out to other people, especially on the East Coast. Five.
Mhm.
You're really good at what you do right now.
Thank you, man.
But
Thank you.
I want to know what's some of the struggles that you have when doing the music or trying to create the music.
Oh man, writer's block, and then I have a problem. My Marlo King, when he ever get on here, I'm gonna get him on here. He'll tell you, I'm a perfectionist, so sometimes I have something that's hard to everybody else, and when I listen to it, I be like, nah, delete that. Let me write something else. So I always be in competition with myself. So that be sometimes I'm a hindrance to myself because I want it to be so good. But I've learned to just whatever it is, just let it flow out, let it go. But yeah, that I would definitely say just writer's block, and I like, and I'm a rapper who I like to speak about what I either did or what I've seen, like right there, seen. I don't like to pretend. Like, you got a lot of rappers out here that like write fairy tales, and then kind of promote this fairy tale to these younger youth, and end up hindering them, as they growing up. So I like to keep it real. I like to tell the aspect of the street life, but I also like to tell them, hey, it's money out here. Let's get this money. All my music is, I say, hustle music. It's motivational music, man. Keep your sharp music. It ain't really like no crash out, be no dummy, go in prison for a whole bunch of years music. Not taking no sway off of anybody, but I'm gonna just keep it authentic. I'm gonna just, whatever it is about me, I'm gonna write about it.
Yeah, and that's kind of like when I know I deal with you and Marlo. Like I know that if I ever listen to y'all music, it won't be trash. You know what I mean? Because and not to knock it, because if you out there doing music, keep doing it, because if the more people you listen to it, you won't know if you're good or bad. Because like the real people will tell you if it's good or bad or not. I'm
Yeah.
somebody that'll tell you it's trash or not. I tell you in a
Yeah.
heartbeat. I used to be a DJ, I ain't gonna spin this in the club. ain't gonna, and so, but
Get it out of here.
get out of here. And because when I was DJing, I had people sending me their stuff all the time, man. I'm like, man, I can't play this, man. Like, but with you kind of answered my next question I'm gonna ask you. Your recipes to Takeoff, RIP Takeoff.
Yeah.
And that whole situation was crazy.
Yeah.
Because you made it and you still going back to where you put yourself in an environment to where you get killed and stuff like that. I talked in the previous podcast about just how art imitates life. You know what I mean? And you not being a father and stuff, how critical is it for you to like change, not even change, but still like do music a certain way to where not only it can attract the core audience, but still be like, what, I'm not about the rest of the world type stuff.
Yeah. See, what I feel like I'm a big believer in the Bible, man. So I feel like it's power in the tongue. So whatever you write about, whatever you speak, you speaking into existence. So if you're writing about somebody killing you, that's why I feel like with the whole situation with Pac, I feel like Pac one of my favorite rappers. But I feel like a lot of stuff he spoke into his life, you know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of these rappers do too. They speak a lot of stuff in their life, not knowing what they're saying, because that's power in the tongue, you know what I'm saying? So I like to always, if I'm saying something, I'm saying like I'm gonna get over what I'm going through, or I'm I'm gonna teach my kids the right way of, show them something that I didn't know. And another thing about like that takeoff situation, it was sad to hear that, man. And how I move is I really know I do my show, I, and I'm out. I'm not trying to hang around because I didn't experience that. Once you get like a certain age, I feel like, well, at least for me, I done did all the clubbing, I done did all the, the drinking I'm gonna do. I don't drink or smoke, you know what I'm saying? I don't do none of that. I feel like I done got that out of my system. I have, you know what I'm saying, but I feel like I got that out of my system. So I don't have no if it's not networking or pushing me to the next level, I'm not gonna be around, a situation where it could turn deadly for me. So I'm always keeping my eyes open and keeping my eyes peeled and making sure I'm in the right place at the right time. As best as I can.
Yep, and I feel you on the whole Pac thing. Like Pac, one of my favorite rappers too, man. But what they used to scare me about Pac. I listen to Changes. He would say
Yeah.
like, because I always got to worry about the payback. Because some buck that I roughed up way back
Way back,
coming back after all these years, rat tat 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 tat. That's the way it is.
yeah.
And how did he die? Because of payback.
Payback, yeah.
From the fight he had.
You know what? In the new project I got a line just like that. I got a line just like it. Mimic that line that Pac said, but it's not exactly how he said it, but that line where Pac said made me write that line. It's the same thing, you know what I'm saying?
So and it's scary because like, you as a rap artist, man, like that's our culture. Like that's us, and a lot of people don't understand it. Like, they hate on hip hop and stuff like that, but that's our poetry, man. This is our life.
Yeah.
Like you said, hustling is not all about drugs, man. It's about, hey, we're trying to survive out here, and people don't understand that, man. Like, I'm telling y'all, Five is one of those people kind of, he'll make you think, man. So like I said, if you haven't heard his music, man, you gotta, man,
Tap in for sure. Tap in.
you got to. So before we go to commercial break right quick, I gotta ask you, man. So you're an artist, and I'm trying to get back into making beats, man, because I used to make beats all the time. I might have to sing you some stuff because let you jump on it, I don't care. I'm practicing right now. But as a rap artist, and I ask every artist to come on the show, like, what's your process like when you're doing music? Is it music first, then lyrics, or like take us to the process of you actually going in the booth making a song? What's your process like?
So beforehand, like when I first started off, I used to write before I even hit a beat. Now I have to hear. How I do it is I got to hear the beat first, and I vibe off the beat, and I sometimes I can hear, like I'll have like a bar or two when I hit a beat or how the beat come in, and it's a lot of. I have a handful of beat makers that I particularly like. I actually got a good relationship with this German beat maker named Boga on the beat. He actually did the Hustle Way, and he actually did this Seen It All. We in cahoots right now to do I'm just gonna go ahead and spill a bit. We in cahoots right now to try to do a collab EP with just me and just his beats, me and him. And he's like one of like a up and coming beat maker. Like he did stuff from like Jim Jones, he did Jada Kid Styles P. So like, and he be resharing my stuff. So I be having like different artists like on the New York scene. They see my stuff like. I don't want to. I'm just going. I'm not gonna say too much, but just people watching. But I definitely listen to the beat first, and I get the right. But even on this latest project I dropped called The Letter V, I collabed with this Boston producer named Nash Stravigan, and we basically sat down and he sent me a bunch of beats, and I was like, no, I don't like that one. Yeah, I like this one. Okay, we keep that one. Scrap that one. We just went back and forth and fed off each other, man. And he really did five out of five of the beats, but one of the songs that we did that was supposed to be on the EP ended up we couldn't use because something with Spotify. So I ended up using the Hustle Way beat that I got from Boga, and that was my number 5. But I usually just go listen to the beats first, and then I write. That's my process.
Beats first, okay. Yeah, man, because man, your lyrics, man, on Heartfelt, bro.
Oh man, thank you, man. Well,
Man.
see. Oh, okay. Now with heartfelt, the first verse I wrote to the beat. The second verse I actually wrote to Cold Summer, the Fabulous track. And I got, to be honest with you, I got like a book full of raps that I wrote to different beats, but I just keep just in case. I'd be like, okay, well maybe I'll take one of these out and use. So the second verse is actually I actually wrote to the Cold Summer beat, and I was like, Marlo, a good friend of mine, man, a real good friend of mine. He like, man, don't use your lyrics on beats that people are already done, man. Use it for something new. You know, keep it, save it. So I'll be honest with you, I learned a lot from Marlo, man. You know, just about writing. To be honest, he's the first person that showed me how to write a bar. So I learned how to write bars from him. Because at first I was just writing back and forth, and then he showed me how to kind of format it. This a bar. So, you know, he definitely kept me rooted in the rap.
Man, y'all here right now. It's a heartfelt, man. That was heartfelt was art, bro.
Thank you, man.
Like
Thank you, bro.
to me, it wasn't because like I'm glad you sent it to me because I wouldn't know what to expect, but heartfelt was art. You know
Thank
what I
you,
mean?
man.
So like if I say this y'all because like I don't know if you've been on Clubhouse at all, but like they have different producers in Clubhouse, these big time producers, and they
Okay.
give people opportunities to sit there and play their music on Clubhouse and let them hear and stuff like that. Man, and then the people they're very specific. We're giving y'all $25,000 to play your music, and I'll link with you about that after the show.
Okay.
But they have like different competitions where you get $25,000 or your music rotated in their clubs or whatever. These people come in with just trash, bro, and it's like, man, like don't come in like, and they telling you don't come in without
Yeah.
your best stuff. So a lot of artists they don't have it. They got the music but no video. They got the video but no good music. Like and this is people who listen to our podcast. This is how I look for artists. If you already have your foundation set, like Five has a music video, he has producers already, he has his lyrics, and he's actually not directing, but like you're actually illustrating your words into art. So that's an artist, So you're not a rapper, you're an artist. So it's a big difference in my opinion. Like anybody can rap, but can you be an artist too? So that's why I had to have you on the show, man, because you're showing yourself as to be a true artist. And then your lyrics mean something, man. So, bro, hey,
thank you, man.
Y'all, Five is on fire right now. So, like,
it,
he is on the podcast. So we're going to have a little bit more of Five on the other side of the break. Make sure you stay tuned to the Music Monday here on the Straight Up Show podcast.
Yo, dirt floors in a house full of hungry people. I'm from the country, you can't tell me about the South neither. Drunk out of jelly jars, cousin heat the right beakers. Done seen it all, but we ain't telling, we some light speakers. Stay on your toes around foes, became a light sleeper. Get caught slipping, the reaper creeping, he might meet you. Better leave it to Beaver or Mike and just beat it. I can feel it in the air and they ain't even seagull. My dogs a hunt for the bread, but they ain't even beagles. People dying left and right, and they ain't even measles. Opportunity doesn't knock, nor the ops neither. Cousin tried to sell me some perkies, I told him I ain't need them. Gotta stay focused at ya, even though I'm grieving. Staring at the man in the mirror, thinking about all the reasons he ain't never quit nor fold. Throughout all the season, all I heard was I can't, and a bunch of breathing.
Why are you guys out here with guns?
Why not? Those guys came on Sunday and they tried to intimidate some innocent women, ladies.
Straight up, we know that all lives matter, but historical events have shown that there is an inverse power dynamic between the races in our country. To highlight this, we present our Black Lives Matter merchandise. Because let's be real, some of you don't seem to understand that this isn't the organization, but a message. That message: end inequality towards minorities in America. And just in case that's too complicated for you in English, we have the phrase translated into 10 different languages. Visit straightupshowpodcast.com for this and all our other merch. That's STR, the number 8, showpodcast.com. Shirts as low as $19.99.
I'm Sultan Salahuddin from Southside Season 2 out right now. Make sure you tune in to the Straight Up Show podcast because that's where it's happening. You dig?
All right, welcome back to the Straight Up Show podcast, Music Monday, here with my special guest, the artist, 5. Thank you so much, sir, for coming on the show. If y'all missed it, man, we kind of high school friends, former football player teammates, man. Like, we just catching back up. This is like a high school reunion almost, ain't it?
Yep. Show you right.
Yeah, man, you drop in some old school Pac-Man and Dustin Lamar, and you just talking about Marlo King, like.
That's the fam. Yes, sir.
Man, and with y'all, man, and shout out to Marlo, man, because, you know, I'm still advocating Marlo to come on the show, bro. Like, you know, you dodging me, man.
I'm a holler at him after, man. Marlo, you gotta get on the show, brother. I'm a definitely holler at him after this, yeah. Sure.
But even with y'all, man, like you said it at first, like, you know, about your artistry and how you just go from just not the booth to the videos, like, tell people who are watching this or listening to it how important it is to have it all together when you put your stuff out there. How, because like you have a music video, and like even though the videos aren't getting played as much, like how crucial is to have that imitation with your lyrics?
It's very important, man. To be honest with you, especially if you're spending money, you don't want to be. I learned the hard way, bro. When I first started off, I was doing everything. I was making the beats, I was recording, I was producing. I still be doing most of my advertisement. I do the sneak peek film. I mess with the film too. That's my ultimate dream, to be a film director. But it's very very crucial, man, because I done had times where I done went to, I used to have guys I go to the studio with, and we'll go in there, and then at that time I used to smoke. I'll be smoking all the time, and I was smoking. I wouldn't even do nothing, and then I have the bill at the end of the session that I have to pay, and I didn't have nothing created. So I've learned, before I even go step in the studio, that I already have everything done. Make sure I have my ducks in a row, because I'm a person where I like to stay consistent. Consistency is key, man. Even if you don't have a lot of talent, if you stay consistent in front of that camera, people see you, you're gonna get seen. So I like to have my music done, and then right after the music, I'm trying to work on the ad. After that, I'm trying to push the video, just keep everything flowing, So it's all about consistency, man. It's definitely about talent. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you're not consistent, it don't really mean nothing, man. Because people will look right over you, because they'll be like, oh yeah, he did that one song 6 months ago, but what else he got? You have like a mediocre rapper that's giving mediocre stuff, but he in your face every 2 weeks he got something I'm not saying NBA Youngboy mediocre, but NBA Youngboy is on fire, man. He putting out record after, he putting out tape after. I think he done put out like 4 tapes in the last 2 months, so he really on it. And he got a big, his fan base is, mostly on YouTube. He got a big YouTube following, so he's getting those checks, man. So it's all about staying consistent, having your work together, man. You can't go out here and just on a dream. You have to have everything planned out. Definitely.
Now, I think most artists, they want to be like what they see on TV.
Yeah.
You can't imitate YoungBoy. You can't, because his hustle ain't your hustle. You know what I mean? Yeah. You can't sit there and do what he do. You know what I mean? Like, somebody in Shreveport can't do what 5 do. They haven't seen your struggle. They can't write to your pain. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm gonna ask you a couple more questions, and then we're gonna kind of wrap it up. But you mentioned NBA YoungBoy, and like, I kind of take the same model with Tekashi 6ix9ine. Like he loves being problematic because it gets more attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As somebody that's been doing hip hop or doing music since high school, probably before high school, what right now at the age you are right now, what's your current take on the state of hip hop right now? What's your current opinion about hip hop as it is right now in this day and age?
I feel like 2 things. I feel like the essence of hip hop is kind of like dying a little bit, and I feel like it's changing. You know, I feel like it's changed. Like hip hop used when it first started off. You know, you had the poppers, you had the spray painters, you know, you had break dancers, and then you had the rappers, you had the MC, and now we got rap, we got gangster rap, we got melodic rap, we got emo rap. It's just like it's growing, but like I feel like it's getting really watered down. I feel like it's not really about the lyrics no more. I don't even feel like it's about like being truthful anymore. I feel like it's about getting that attention. I feel like a lot of rappers trying to get your attention, get that quick check, which I'm not knocking them, because by all means get your paper. But I feel like it's not, a lot of people ain't putting a lot of thought and effort. Not at least not a lot of these new rappers. You know, I call them microwave rappers, because they here and then they gone. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of microwave rappers, but you have like rappers who building and falling like an NBA young boy, like Lil Baby or the Baby. You know, they building, they building their foundations off of how they, and marketing off of they certain genre. Not saying that they one of the microwave, but they're staying consistent. They're staying in pocket, and like you have like your Futures and stuff, and your Young Thugs, which I feel like they're hip hop, but I feel like they're almost like a different side of hip hop. They got like a lot of melodic sounds, like your little Uzis, and so I feel like it's spreading out, but I feel like as far as like the bar work, the penmanship is really kind of like dying out. You have like, I feel like the only people that's really just like really staying consistent with the pen game, that's new is probably Chris Elder and like Benny the Butcher, West Side Guns, excuse me, Fab, Davies, Millies, of course Jadakiss. It's Kendrick, Cole, Drake. It's a lot of them, but it's not a big pot of MCs just like lyricists anymore. It's more rappers than lyricists.
And you said a couple of my favorites, man. Davey's one of my favorites. So
yeah, Dave be going, yeah.
Yeah. And I could not have you on this hip hop show without I ask you who are these top five, man? Who is Five's top five?
Ooh, bro. Of all time or right now?
All time.
Ooh, that's hard, brother.
Top five.
Hard.
Five's top five.
I definitely would say Tupac. Pac for sure. Definitely would say Jay-Z. Ooh, that's hard. Jay-Z, Pac. Gotta say Weezy. Gotta get Weezy. Cause he flipped it. Jadakiss, of course, Jada. Lil Wayne, Jada, Pac. I say Wayne, Jada, Pac, Jay-Z. Bro, that's tough right there, man. You really can't do a top five, bro. Cause I could go Ice Cube. I can go Ice Cube, or I could go like a Slick Rick, cause I like Slick Rick. Or I can go Andre 3000. So I'm just gonna say, man, that's hard, bro. I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna say Ice Cube.
Hey,
Ice Cube.
I respect that because you named four of my five. So mine was Andre, number one.
Okay.
Ice Cube, because people don't understand NWA is Ice Cube. He wrote all this stuff, so Slick Rick was one of mine too, because Slick Rick was the first person to really start storytelling like the way he did, and then of course Wayne, and then my other one, I even throw like Kendrick, one of my favorites. That's my all time top, so
it's too many just to say five, but I gotta put Jadakiss in there, man. Jadakiss probably like in my top three, because what I look at rappers is have they ever wrote a whack verse or a mediocre verse, and all my time listening to Jada, I ain't never heard a mediocre verse. Everything he never wrote was fire. But I know a lot of people ain't gonna like to hear this, but there have been some raps from other, I ain't gonna even name nobody, other MCs that I was like,
Yeah.
that was all right, you know. But yeah, that's I would definitely say that's my top 5.
Man, Andre, I like Andre 3000, man, because he
Yeah,
said
3
some
Stacks.
stuff.
You can't take nothing from 3 Stacks, man. You know.
But people
I'm
don't give
trying
him
to see.
credit because he was in a group. You know, he never had no really like solo work. So man, I don't care, but that don't matter to me, man.
Yeah, he stood out, man. You know, he stood out. And to be honest, he just not even the lyrics, but with the fashion, he stood out, man. You know, and he was his own man. Sometimes you got to be that unicorn or that black sheep, man. To stand out and set the trend. You know, a lot of people try to fit into what's normal, and they get overlooked. He stood out, and that's what got him. Got him. Everybody looking at him, man. As far as the lyrics and just who he is, man, how he carries. So, but yeah, definitely 3 Stacks too.
I forgot where I saw this shit. It was like, if you think, being different is strange, think about how Nicki Minaj felt when she was doing her ad libs and stuff like that. She'd be like grunting and stuff. And you laugh at it now, but you think about it, like it worked out for her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like she did the big voice and all that. Man, it worked out for her. You know what I mean?
It
So
did.
so you got to be different.
Yeah, even with the Migos, man, they came in with a style. They really birthed a whole generation too. A lot of people don't want to give them their credit, but a lot of rappers that was rapping mimicked their style to stay current.
Yep.
Because they was killing it, man, and they ad libs was funny too. Mama,
Mama, yeah. But people don't understand. I don't know if you remember this, but like they was in Shreveport. A lot. Migos was like when they had those little tours with Chris and Hurricane Chris. Like they was always coming to Shreveport to the municipal all the time. Like I don't know if you remember that.
No, the crazy part. I'm gonna let Marlo tell you though. But Marlo has a connection with his producer with the Migos. But I'm gonna let him tell you that when he get on there.
He out there in ATL. Yeah, okay,
yeah.
Yeah, but I remember Migos. They would always be with the whole Hurricane Chris and Mario and all them. Like they did the whole little Scream tour thing. Yeah,
the Scream tour.
They was always in there when Shreveport was around. So I remember them being over there. But like even seeing like Boosie with Mandy go, like you always see these these rappers that coming through Shreveport, and then now they just be like, man, they came to Shreveport too. Like so, man, even Master P, Master P gave Shreveport a shout out about Shreveport all the time in his music. So it's like, man, hey, we got some talent, man. So, man, we got 5 out here. Before you go, tell our people, like what's some of your future projects you got coming up right now?
So right now I got the Letter V EP out, man. We dropping the deluxe. It should be out, to be honest with you, like in the next week. We got the deluxe project dropping. Also got another project dropping at the end of December. The name was Veterans Day because I wanted to put it out on Veterans Day, but I'm thinking about switching the names. But I have another EP dropping in December. And the end of January, I got something else. I got a lot of stuff stacked up. I'm just trying to put it all together. But definitely the deluxe, you'll see the deluxe in a week or two. End of December, you'll see this my other EP. So be on the lookout for that. But for now, go stream the Letter V EP.
Okay. And how can people find you on social media? They want to connect with you and your music. How can they find you?
You can find me on Spotify under 5. You'll see my picture up there. YouTube is Goodfella TV. For Instagram is YC Productions. And for Facebook, do I got a Facebook? Facebook, same thing, 5. But yeah, I'm everywhere, man.
And then of course we'll have his information on the show's description. But if you're watching TV right now, we'll have it on the ticker below right here so you can see it all. Last question. I ask this to every artist when they come on the show.
Yeah.
5. Why should people listen to your music?
Because it's real, man. It's real life. It's truth. It's gonna give you that motivation you need to wake up in the morning to get through your day. It's the real, man. I know a lot of people say everything real, but I'm not gonna put you on no dummy mission. I'm gonna motivate you. I'm gonna push you in the right spot. I'm gonna give you real life stories. And none of the stuff I'm saying gonna be fabricated. It's gonna be 100% authentic.
All right, there you have it. Hey, Five, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Oh man, it's a pleasure, my brother.
And let me say this is not on script, not scripted anyway, but like, I gotta tell you, man, hey, I am proud of the work you've been doing. I'm proud of the black man you becoming. I'm proud of the fatherhood that you're showing. You're embracing that, man. So, man, hey, you inspire me to be a better man, man. So thank you for real, bro, because like we grew up together. So to see you where you are, and like we talked about earlier, like a lot of people we know ain't here no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so like to see you still striving and still doing what you love and still like, you know, you putting your life ahead with your career and your family, like, bro, like hats off to you, bro, for real.
Thank you, bro. Thank you,
right.
man.
All right. So 5A, make sure you go get his stuff, y'all, man. Listen to his Spotify. Make sure you listen to all his music. I love it, man. He sent me some stuff. And if you've been listening, you heard the commercials and stuff, go get it stuff. So 5, once again, thank you so much for coming on the show. Hey, the conversation's not over with. Make sure you go to our website, StrayUpShowPodcast.com. That's STR8 upshowpodcast.com. There you can see all 5's connections, all this stuff. All our Music Monday artists. 5 is now included with this too. You can stream all the episode we have with him and go click the link to his Spotify to get his music. Also, we have our merchandise out there too. We got previous episodes, merch. Listen to our old episodes as well. If you want to support our podcast, go to our Patreon page at patreon.com/StrayUpShowPodcast 318. That's patreon.com/StrayUpShowPodcast 318. There you can support us with monthly tiers and support the podcast as well. Until then, that's the end of our show. There's only one rule to our show. You gotta be
straight up.
All right. And 5, before you leave, you're going to do us a little something for us, right?
Yeah, so this is my newest video called The Hustle Way, man. Hope you enjoy it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, let's hear it for 5.
Yo, you gotta pay to play. Hustle on my day and day. Yellow face, crushed ice, looking like Chardonnay. Ain't gotta pop off. The fellas always pop flaves. Since I was in the 6th grade with G-Nights and 10th phase. A student of the craft. I hated math, but numbers got me paid. Always had them killer tactics. Bag it up and burn the plastic. Meet me on the next block. Cause mama, she don't like the traffic. Rollies, always been a blasket. Hublows, them automatics. Big rims, got them staggered. You can keep your latest fashion. I don't like to talk, the hustle do. And it's always bragging, just enough rope to hang they self. I'll buy the casket, boy work, the pen assassin who want to smoke while dumping ashes. Hustle, that's what we doing. Hustle, that's how we move. Hands to the sky, I know God gon' see me through it. It's been a tough year for all of us, but bet we getting to it, nigga. Hustle, that's what we doing. Hustle, that's how we move. Hands to the sky, I know God gon' see me through it. It's been a tough year for all of us, but bet we getting to it, nigga. Kicking off my sneaker as I hit the speaker. Playing the nights was hard, thankful I got to see him. If we couldn't afford the Nikes, mama copped the Fila. We never had no bobos, but kept a Tigra. Kitchen stove was the only means for heating. I really came from nothing, you wouldn't even believe it. But I always had the vision, they just couldn't see it. Cause I was all about my dough like a little Keebler. Whoever thought I went from Marshalls to shopping at Neiman's? I didn't lose hope and you shouldn't either. It's gonna be bumps in the road, just grab the right sneaker and get you following up, become the right leader. They want a slice of the pie, but ain't no Little Caesar. Used to have nothing in my pocket, now I'm swiping visas. Used to call me broken, nothing. An unachiever, 9 years later, it's neither. This for unbelievers. Hustle, that's what we doing. Hustle, that's how we moving. Hands to the sky, I know God gon' bring me through it. It's been a tough year for all of us, but bet we getting to it, nigga. Hustle, that's what we doing. Hustle, that's how we moving. Hands to the sky, I know God gon' see me through it. It's been a tough year for all of us, but bet we getting through it. Cause we hustle, that's what we doing. Hustle, that's how we moving. Hands to the sky, I know God gon' see me through it. It's been a tough year for all of us, but bet we getting through it, nigga. Cause we hustle, that's what we doing. Hustle, that's how we moving. Hands to the sky, I know God gon' see me through it. It's been a tough year for all of us, but bet we getting through it. Cause we Yeah, this is the letter V. I remember when Nipsey did that one song and he said, we connected at the bottom like the letter V. Yeah, that stuck with me. R.I.P. Hustle the Great. And the marathon does continue. You gotta pay to play, hustle on my day and day. Yellow face, crushed ice, looking like Chardonnay. Ain't gotta pop off, the fellas always pop flavor.